What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And contrary to Ornstein's reports, David Lynch is reporting in Football Insider that Liverpool are still in the race for Jude Bellingham's signature, and Liverpool were never going to win a bidding war with Manchester City or Real Madrid for Jude Bellingham's signature. Jude Bellingham transferring to Liverpool was always hinging on Bellingham choosing Liverpool ahead of those clubs because, and we said it many times, if Bellingham chooses money and if he chooses immediate Champions League success, he will choose Real Madrid or he will choose Manchester City. Not with Champions League success, of course, because Man City haven't won the Champions League yet, and hopefully that continues for a long time. But if Bellingham values, and he does value, the history of the club, the traditions, the relationship with the fans, and the long-term legacy that he can leave at the club he signs for, and then he will choose Liverpool. And I'm really confident that Bellingham will choose Liverpool. And according to David Lynch, Bellingham cemented his reputation as one of the premier young talents in world football in the last 3 years at Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. And now Dortmund are leading the Bundesliga title race after Bayern Munich lost to Leverkusen in an incredible game where Leverkusen got 2 penalties through VAR. Both times the referee booked Adli for simulation, and then he was called over to the VR monitor, and instead he gave penalties to Leverkusen, and rightfully so, because both decisions by VAR were correct. Now Liverpool will have to pay a lot of money still to Dortmund and to Bellingham, but maybe that Ornstein story originated from Dortmund. Maybe Dortmund leaked some stories to Ornstein, so he would post that article yesterday, because Dortmund probably don't want Bellingham to leave this summer, but because Bellingham thinks he's ready for this big move, he's ready to play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, I don't think he will stay at Dortmund beyond the summer. And of course Dortmund are dreaming about receiving a club record transfer fee for Bellingham. Their record transfer fee so far is the 144 million euro transfer fee they got for Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona when Neymar's release clause was paid by Paris Saint-Germain. Barcelona panicked and signed Dembele for 126 million pounds. So maybe Dortmund want 130 million pounds for the Bellingham. I don't think the price will be that high, and I don't think Liverpool can pay it. But honestly, because the owners have been so tight and so stingy, it's about time that they opened their purse strings, because I saw journalists calculating the net spend per year of Jurgen Klopp's tenure, and it's 15 million pounds net. That's what Jurgen Klopp has spent on transfers, of course minus the players that Liverpool sold, which is absolute pocket change. I mean, show me a club who has lower than 15 million net spend. It's only the smallest clubs in the Premier League, or the clubs who are yo-yoing between the Championship and the Premier League. And Liverpool are trying everything to convince Bellingham that for his future prospects and for his development, and also for him to get to the next level, to become truly world-class, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool's environment is the perfect environment for him. And I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold was recently spotted with Jude Bellingham at a Chris Brown concert somewhere, so I think that Bellingham is good friends with Jordan Henderson, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I think he's a huge fan of Jurgen Klopp as well. So that process has been on the way since Bellingham was actually at Birmingham City's academy. The gaping vacancy in Liverpool midfield and his notable closeness to Jordan Henderson and Trent are also thought to be selling points. And of course, should Jurgen Klopp's sales pitch land and the player informed Dortmund of his preference for a move to Liverpool, it would become more difficult to use other clubs' interest to inflate the transfer fee, because Dortmund will have to accept Liverpool's offer, even if they offer a little bit less money than Man City or Real Madrid, because Bellingham wants to move to Liverpool and not to other clubs. So let me know, where do you stand on this debate? Where do you think Bellingham will play next season? And Jack Lusby is also reporting that Liverpool sources deny claims over Jude Bellingham transfer, and the deal is still possible And David Lynch, who has very close ties within Liverpool, says that the deal is still being worked on. And today James Pearce also wrote in a Q&A session, if you get a firm commitment from the player about his destination of choice, then that should avoid any bidding war. And it has been previously reported that Liverpool tried to sign Bellingham even when he was a Birmingham Academy player. In 2012, as a 9-year-old, Bellingham had a 2-day trial at Kirkby, that was the training ground of Liverpool at the time. And Jurgen Klopp attempted, not Jurgen Klopp, but Liverpool attempted a £9,000 deal to sign him as a 9-year-old to the Liverpool Academy, which would have been the best deal of the century for sure. What Liverpool can't afford to do is wait all summer for Bellingham to make his mind up and for him to choose us. We have to ask Bellingham very early in the summer or even during the season whether he wants to come to Liverpool or not and make his mind up, because if Bellingham doesn't choose Liverpool, then there is no point pursuing him, and we have to move quickly to other targets. We have to at least get in 3 really good world-class midfielders in the summer. James Pearce agrees with me on this opinion as well. But first, of course, Liverpool will have to meet the minimum asking price of Borussia Dortmund. We don't necessarily have to get into the bidding war, but we have to meet Dortmund's minimum asking price. Otherwise, Dortmund won't sell to Liverpool on the cheap, that's for sure. And also, you have to understand, Dortmund's policy is to sell young players who they develop and turn into world-class or potentially world-class players. So they don't really want to play hardball with Liverpool, for example. They don't want to rinse Liverpool with as much money as possible, because that would harm their future business. Because in the future, Dortmund players could be sold to Liverpool in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and Dortmund wouldn't want to have a bad relationship with any really big club, because that would hurt their own business plan in the future. James Pearce also said that Liverpool want to sign at least 2 other midfielders alongside Jude Bellingham. Mason Mount is a big target, Matheus Nunes is another one, and we are watching Ryan Gravenberch at Bayern Munich very closely as well. And also there was a dispute between Jurgen Klopp and James Pearce, but that has been settled when the pair met up at Kirkby and shook hands. And also at Liverpool, they are not really worried about Diogo Jota's form, because they consider Jota still a very important player for Liverpool's future. Jota has been struggling with injuries this season, and he will be judged when he gets back to his top fitness and he is match sharp and he's really in his back to his best form, because until then you can't really judge Diogo Jota properly. But since the World Cup, Jota has been very disappointing, I have to say. His performances have been way below par, because he was posting Mo Salah goals to games ratios and Mo Salah's minutes to goals ratios, before he got these injuries. And also, the Jurgen Klopp team doesn't work like putting some of Liverpool's most important and most expensive players on the transfer list. Liverpool don't want to sell any of their expensive and important players. Any serious offer arrives for someone and the player wants to leave, only then can be a sale even talked about. But James Pearce does not expect any significant money coming in from player sales. Nat Phillips can leave for about 8 million. For example, if somebody bids around 20 million for Kelleher, he can leave as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Bobby Firmino and Arthur are all leaving, and that is 4 significant player wages off the books as well. And if even James Milner and Adrian would leave, and those 2 players should leave in my opinion, because they are fringe players and they are not good enough to play for Liverpool anymore, that would mean in total around £650,000 per week wages will be freed from the club wage structure. And according to the James Pearce, FSG are aware of what is required for Liverpool to compete for the Premier League and for the Champions League again, and Jurgen Klopp is committed to reinforcing and rebuilding this Liverpool side, just like the owners. But I will only believe them if they spend, as I said, at least 200, maybe even 250 million pounds in the summer, and not sell one of our important starting 11 players. If I was Jude Bellingham, I would listen to my heart and go to wherever my heart desires, because whatever club he chooses, Jude Bellingham won't have any financial problems ever in his life again. He's set for life. He is going to earn so much money, even if he goes to Liverpool, to Real Madrid, to Man City, or whatever club, whatever big club Bellingham goes to, he will earn an incredible amount of money. So it shouldn't be about money. It should be about the feeling that he has for joining a club, a feeling that he has towards the fans of the club, towards the tradition, the history of the club. And also, of course, you can't ignore what are the chances of winning big trophies with that club as well. But also it's important that Jude Bellingham wants to play. He wants to go to a club where he will be a regular starter. But you could argue Jude Bellingham is so good already that he would start for Man City, he would start for Real Madrid, he would start for Liverpool. But at Liverpool, he would be the main man, the main guy. He would be the player that the whole midfield is built around. At Real Madrid, he will be just another player. And at Man City, he will always be in the shadow of Erling Haaland until Erling Haaland leaves Man City. I think it would be a very, very attractive proposition for Bellingham to go to Liverpool, because there he could be the superstar to take back Liverpool to the absolute top of English and European football. And he could become another Liverpool legend, wearing the number 8 shirt. Remember, Steven Gerrard wearing the famous Liverpool number 8 shirt. That's what Jude Bellingham was watching growing up as a little kid. He must have been dreaming about pulling on the famous red shirt and scoring a goal in front of the cup. You can't underestimate these things. And he's English, so he knows about the history, the tradition, the magic of Anfield, the magic of Liverpool FC. He knows all about the club, I'm sure. And he already has good friends there, Jordan Henderson, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I think if he makes a footballing and an emotional decision, then he chooses Liverpool. But that's just my hunch, my feeling. I don't know. Nobody really knows. Other than Jude Bellingham's friends and close family, and of course maybe inside Liverpool they already know. Some people probably spoke to Jude Bellingham or Jude Bellingham's father or his representatives. I will keep you guys updated, because this is one of the most fascinating, most gripping transfer sagas of the past few years, and I really am very optimistic and hopeful that Jude Bellingham will become a Liverpool player in the summer. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.